What's up, Lucky Gamers? It's Lucky Lux, and today we're going to be bringing you guys some of the best healer content for ToF. We're going to be talking about basically how support slash healers can buff the rest of the team. Honestly, answering the question, why would you ever use a healer if you could just have more DPS? So go ahead and answer that. Also, remember that there is a giveaway. Subscribe to the YouTube. Get me up to 2,500. I'll give you $100. And then every 100 followers on Twitch, I'll be giving a battle pass. But anyways, let's go ahead and hop into the video. Alright, so on this video, we're just going to be strictly talking about the damage buff sources, where they all come from. You guys have heard me talk about them from many different places. We're going to put it all into one video. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the weapons themselves that can actually buff damage for the rest of your team if you are a support, right? So you have instances like from Zero. This is kind of more so like a late game for free to plays, or whale territory for those of you who already have an S6 Zero, but you're able to get damage orbs on the S5, which each orb is 2%. You can collect 10, which gives you 20%, and that buff lasts for quite a bit of time, 30 seconds, and whenever you pick up a buff, from what I've heard from people, it just refreshes at 20%. So as long as the Zero is on the field doing some damage, you can refresh that. Everybody can pick it up. The orbs last 20 seconds themselves, so it gives your DPS and everybody a chance to actually grab that, right? It's one of the first ways you can increase damage for your team. Another way, Coco Ritter. Coco Ritter on her S3 will increase damage dealt and shatter damage dealt, so you won't actually see an increase on your attack like if you look at your character page. But I tested it while she's using her skills. It's 6 seconds on the weapon skill, 7 seconds on the discharge skill. You will get 20% extra damage dealt and 20% extra shatter. And then on the S6 itself, I'm not quite there, but whenever you summon your healing bee, which is from dodging, it will do an AoE heal, and anyone who's within that 10-meter radius will get a 15% boost to damage and healing as well. Again, not something you can look at on your character page to see your attack go up, but just know that with Coco Ritter herself, you'll be doing 35% damage at S6 whenever she does the healing bee, and also drops her discharge skill or her skill herself, right? Another character that right now makes more sense to buff damage if you're going to use physical is Shiro. Shiro is a physical character that has Grievous. Grievous increases the damage a target takes for 7 seconds. They take 20% extra damage. That is huge. We just talked about how Coco Ritter herself is able to give you 35% extra damage dealt with her full buffs, and Zero can give you 20% extra attack. Now we're adding another 20% on top of that for a character literally using the skill. And what makes Shiro really great is that when you can, fully max her out, she can extend the Grievous buff as well to make it last longer. So if you're waiting for an uptime, I'm not sure if there is a global internal cooldown for how often you can inflict Grievous on a target, but this basically helps you extend it whenever you're in a DPS situation. Maybe you need to swap to somebody else, but you're afraid the Grievous will fall off. Now you're getting an additional 7 seconds on this. So Shiro is really great for this. She can also help you reset your weapon skill cooldowns, which will help out, especially for like Coco Ritter to get the extra damage buff, and other characters, right? Then if I'm not missing anything for the team, no. Then you have matrices, right? There's certain matrices that can increase damage for the rest of the team. For instance, you have Coco Ritter. Coco Ritter's 4-piece set. Whenever your teammates are healed, increase attack by starting at 12%, and it goes all the way up to 20% for 6 seconds. Only the highest level effect is applied, of course. So that just means you just need to heal somebody. If you have this on Coco Ritter, her buff itself is already 6 seconds, and then her discharge is around 7 seconds. So if you're using it on Coco Ritter, just like, I would say like the first few seconds of a fight, like if you're gonna, like, let's say you're in Frontier Clash, right? Let's say you're in Frontier Clash, you already have the Zero buff. you use Coco Ritter there at the start, and you'll get a huge burst of damage because for 6 seconds there, everyone's just going to be dropping everything that they have, and they'll have a ridiculous amount of damage boosted there for those first few seconds. You might think, man, that's really small. But okay, once Coco Ritter gets it again, then that's another big burst. You know, the healer support can make sure that they're using it after the shield's broken. Make sure when the boss is stunned, you're doing that. That way, everybody can get as much damage off as they can. You just really need to time it best you can for the best situations. Of course, like spam it when you want, but when the boss is like not moving, that's when you need to make sure you can drop all of these buffs, right? And then the next one was Zero. Yes, Zero. While the shield, well, first off, you can use your discharge skill and give a shield to everybody. It's a smaller shield than you normally have on the weapon skill, but it's still a shield nonetheless. And while that shield is active, you and your teammates deal 16% up to 28% more damage. Again, something that's pretty crazy. Another increase of damage, and this is all on support stuff, to where you're just boosting people's damage. We're doing Frontier Clash runs where people are doing like 50 mil damage, adding on 10%, 28%, 30%, 50% extra damage. Honestly, just makes it to where you could do 2 or 3 people in a Frontier Clash hard and get a 5 chest run. This is why healers and supports are important. And then one of the other ways is on the simulacrum traits. I talked about these on my other video, but you have Coco Ritter on her trait when you max it out on trust. You give your allies an extra 15% while you're using your discharge skill or weapon skill. So again, when I talked about with Coco Ritter, this is one of the reasons why I said she's one of the best supports, which a lot of people argued with me, but it's okay. But like, so now we're talking S3 is extra damage dealt. S6 is 15% extra damage dealt. The chips give you extra attack, and the trait now gives you an extra 15% for 5 seconds. So again, when you drop that skill, you know in your head the timer that you have 5 to 6 seconds where your teammates are going to be like significantly buffed in that situation. And yes, it might be short, but again, all you have to do is just drop a weapon skill or a discharge skill, and they have this buff. So think about that. Think about where you can time that. It is an insane buff. And lastly, the last one I want to talk about, I was going to make this on a separate relic video, but I'll just talk about it here and then make another video. The Omnium Shield, this is for late game, of course. When you're able to max this out at the 5th star, when Wanderers or allies pass through the Omnium Shield, damage dealt increases by 25% for 7 seconds. So there you go. You drop the Omnium Shield right before a boss comes. Everyone has Zero's damage buff. You give people the shield. You drop Coco Ritter's heal, and like you're looking at over 100%. We can count this right now. Like, let's look at this. You got, I'm gonna bring out the calculator just to show you guys how insane this is. Like, so you're looking at
a few moments later.
So actually you're looking at 96% extra damage dealt with 47% extra attack. And I'll have all these calculations for you guys on the screen. That way you can see. Just we're recording this on live, so it's all good. But again, that is how you can pretty much increase your team's damage while being a support. Of course, a lot of these things come in when you become late game. I know a lot of free-to-play players are like, bro, how am I ever supposed to get all this stuff? Well, it's going to take time. Like, we're not going to have people who are already boosting damage. But if you're able to boost your team by 20%, 30%, 40%, whatever you have available to you, that just shows the viability that you have on the team. But guys, that's pretty much all I have for what the heck is the purpose of having a healer in in-game content, because a lot of people fail to realize why supports healers are so important. But guys, just again, remember that we do have a giveaway. Make sure that you are liking and commenting on the video that is for that giveaway, which I will have down in the description, and also a card up here at the top. And then also make sure you're following me on Twitch. That way I can give away battle passes. I already gave one to a winner. If you want to get one, help and encourage people to follow me on Twitch. That way I can give more battle passes, because this is pretty much an unlimited giveaway. The more and more I get, the more battle passes I give. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You lucky gamers, have a good one. Lucky Lucks out.